All right, so we're here with our first interview. John, he does the social media at MotorCity Casino Hotel, and well, for both the casino and the hotel, correct?
Yep, Director of Interactive Marketing for MotorCity Casino Hotel.
I'm sorry, I made your title sound not nearly as
No, it's
impressive.
okay.
Not nearly as impressive.
I mean, I just like to throw director in there.
All right.
You know, it's a lot of work. So.
Okay, so and you're the man of the hour, correct? You're kind of
yes, it's basically between. This is kind of a partnership between myself, between myself as MotorCity Casino Hotel and Nicole Yelland of Livio Radio. Basically, a few months before June 30th, we touch base on the phone and say, hey, it's time to start planning Social Media Day this year. And, basically a whole bunch of meetings and a ton of work later, this happens. So it basically starts with Nicole and I touching base every year now. This is our third one. So
it's quite a big event. To put on. How many years has this been going on for?
So Mashable declared Social Media Day back in 2010. And 2 weeks before that, Nicole was working with the Detroit Red Wings at the time, and she called me. I was pretty new in my position here at Motor City. And she said, hey, there's this awesome event, and did you see Mashable announce this? I said, yes. She said, would you like to do something? Basically, they're doing them all over the planet. Whoever kind of jumps on the bandwagon can be a part of it. And we said yes. So it was basically 2 weeks of sleepless nights. Obviously, we have an awesome team at Motor City. I was pretty new at the time, so I was learning as I went. And we did the first one in 2010, went bigger and badder in 2011 by bringing it into Soundboard. And this is our third one, and we don't really plan on stopping at this point. So
it kind of is. Have you seen any good return on it? I mean, what kind of things have sprouted out of this social media experience?
So it's really interesting because there's always obviously the big question up top is always the return on investment.
Absolutely.
Is it worth it? And we're a casino, so there's obviously some things there in terms of how we measure our return. But at the same time, our upper management is amazing at saying, okay, we know this is important. They put somebody in place, being me and my team, and said, okay, go with it. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to get value out of social media. Hard dollars is always the best, but we have, between 2011 and 2012, we have so much exposure online in terms of Twitter mentions, Facebook, write-ups in blogs, write-ups in newspapers, that even just the added value from the coverage is pretty unbelievable, and it's all organic. So to me, that's kind of the first thing. I want to be a part of that community and give back to that community, and we have all these great resources here to do it. So just the fact that if you're looking at a Twitter feed right now for SM Day DET, we're being mentioned 80% of the time, where in 2010 it was not the case. So just that kind of notoriety and acknowledgement online has obviously been worth it for us.
Great, and not just with Social Media Day, but you guys do a really great job all the time. You guys do a lot of events here, and you break most of your news, I'm assuming, via social media. Is that
Yes.
where you get most of your information out?
Yeah, so my team and I, we are constantly, obviously we have all the obvious stuff like the soundboard acts that get officially announced. We have, brunches in iridescence and, special Mother's Day lunches and, different packages with the hotel that get announced. And those are kind of all obvious things. We absolutely put them right up on the web, in our social space and everything. But we even just redesigned our entire soundboard site, so you can reach at soundboarddetroit.com. There's a lot better social integration there, custom tweets that get inserted through our content management system, things like that are kind of happening on the back end. That we absolutely consider it one of the mediums through which we always bring our message out to our consumers. But we use it for things like customer service like crazy. Obviously, people still send us emails from the website, but every single Facebook post, every single tweet that goes out there that mentions us, we always address it for better or worse. We think it's absolutely important to get to everybody, even if they just say, hey, it's hot in here. An email within 3 minutes gets sent to our engineering department that says, check the air conditioning in this section. Or if somebody says, we really loved Rhonda in the buffet, she was the best server ever, an email goes to the food and beverage department and says, hey, kudos to Rhonda, she did awesome, and then they print it out and put it back of house. So there's a lot of different ways
really
that
awesome.
there's a lot of different ways that it's
really cool.
It's the coolest thing about working here is, all the vice presidents and directors and managers, they all kind of love seeing those things, and they know it's important. They love being a part of it. So it's great to have that kind of support behind the scenes.
We had a show a couple weeks back where we talked about geotagging, and when people log in at Chili's, they get a free thing of chips or whatever.
Sure.
Do you have any plans for that in the casino?
We have plans for that. The problem is we have some heavy regulation that we have to obviously work with. So because we're a casino in Detroit, we are controlled there are regulations that we answer to that Chile doesn't necessarily answer to, or all those places. So, yeah, I'm a huge headache for my legal department. Everything from my $10,000 scavenger hunt to, but we always find a way to make them happy and get everything in place. So, no, to check in somewhere and get a coupon is actually, as simple as it sounds and as easy as it would be to implement, is not something that I'm actually legally able to do right now. So we're kind of avoiding anything that's very iffy at this point. Moving forward, if that law gets established a little bit more, then we'll start going down that path. But it's really tough for us to do those types of things. Not that I don't think they're valuable. I think they're insanely valuable. It doesn't cost much, and it's social integration.
Yep.
It's bringing the social thing to boots on the ground type of thing. You actually get people through the door with that type of stuff. So it's obviously always on the list of things that we'd like to conquer. But it's like kind of we're just going at it one at a time.
Yep.
So what is your stance on, okay, so you use social media to market the casino and what you guys have going on here and get people in the door, and especially with this event, what are your guys' outlook on the city of Detroit? I mean, you have a very global audience, and how can you use that, and how are you using it to put a better face on the city?
So we do a lot of, so even just with this event, for example, I mean, it's a really good question. And we, last year, Social Media Day Detroit's theme was Detroit Rock City. It was like all the cool things about the Motor City, all the things that came from the Motor City. This year it's Detroit 2.0. It's looking forward. It's the fascination with the startup, all the different startups that are going on, all the rebirth, the revitalization of downtown. So, for example, the sponsorships here ranged, in the thousands, and the startups got a $100 sponsorship. So we brought them in. We tap into their networks anytime they're tweeting, putting posts up on Facebook, mentioning the event. It's a way for them to get exposure. Anytime we tweet or put posts up about the event, we obviously always mention them and bring them into the mix. We have a lot of good relationships with local businesses and startups. For example, in September I do a $10,000 scavenger hunt. I kind of mentioned it was kind of a legal headache, but it's there was last year we had almost 1,000 people and there were 42 locations downtown. So to get 42 locations downtown, obviously we have the hockey towns and the campus marshes and the riverfront and all that kind of stuff. But we had places like Slows and Green Dot Stables and Good Girls Go to Paris. So we have Detroit Institute of Arts. We basically, if you basically took the 42 locations on the scavenger hunt that my team organized last year and explored the whole thing, there were probably 20 on there that you had no clue were in Detroit. So we do as much as we can to increase the positive perceptions of downtown as much as we can. Obviously, we always have to think about our business, but at the end of the day, those types of things help increase exposure, make things that are fun happening downtown, that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, that's really great, and I love all the work that you guys have been doing and everything you've done with Social Media Day, but I know you got to be a busy guy today, so we'll let you get on your way.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for stopping by, and have a good rest of your day.
Okay, make sure to send me a link on this, put it on our Facebook wall, and
I
everybody
will.
make sure you like our page, Motor City Casino Hotel.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks.